I might be blowing your mind here. I just figured out how to play Metroid Prime 3 without having to use a Wiimote. There is a fork of Dolphin out there called PrimeHack, which tweaks the controls in the Metroid Prime Trilogy so that you can play it more like a traditional first-person shooter. After installing it and opening the PrimeHack Dolphin extension, which is basically just Dolphin with some added controller configurations, you'll need to make sure your controller of choice is synced up to your PC, and then you basically just map the Wiimote controls to the controller. So I've got my controller here hooked up and all mapped out, and I'm going to try to illustrate this with one hand here, but you can see right here that I can actually move the camera around so it's much more like a traditional first-person shooter. I've mapped the shoot to the trigger button here. And then for the rest of the controls, I mapped them as close as I could to Metroid Prime 1 and 2, where the X button does the morph ball, the B button is jump, and then missiles are with the Y button. I don't think I have missiles yet. Motion control specific moves like the grapple shield pull are actually mapped to this bumper here. Of course, I'm too early in the game to show you that yet, but basically I can tap this button and it'll do the grapple pull just like it would if I was using motion controls. I'm pretty excited about this because I was debating playing this game on the Wii or the Wii U, but now that I can use the controller, I think I would prefer to use Dolphin emulator, upscale this guy to 4K, run it to this TV here, and then just play it more traditionally with a classic controller. This really will be my first time playing through Metroid Prime 3. I've only ever played it for maybe like the first 10-15 minutes, and then I just wasn't that interested in it back when it first came out. Probably because I just had shit going on at the time and then just kind of forgot about it. But given how the first Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games of all time, I feel like I owe it to at least check out the third one, at least one run through, and see if it can live up to the first one. Let me know, did you know about this? It is really cool what you can do with emulation, which is why I'm never one way or the other when it comes to the emulation versus hardware debate, because there are just things you can do with emulation that you really can't do with original hardware, and this would be one of them.